We're going to be going to the Ross Bennett tag.
His hands are on the wheel.
111, I'll go that way.
But as Sergeant Paolo Sparacino heads to a new assignment, his mind is elsewhere.
There's always going to be fear there because, this job is inherently dangerous.
The Violent Crime Task Force is less than a month old. 170 officers have been focused in North Dallas, making arrests and getting drugs and guns off the streets. An ongoing challenge, though, the violence is moving off the streets and into homes.
When they're, being clandestine about it behind closed doors, it's harder as the street level officer to combat that.
The task force is now moving south. Tonight is the second night patrolling an East Dallas neighborhood off Ross Avenue.
I rely on my guys that I'm in charge of, and they rely on me.
About 20 cruisers are on patrol. The Violent Crime Task Force focuses on visibility and traffic stops.
The officer knows what questions to ask, what order to ask them in, leading up to finding the dope and the guns in the car.
Appreciate your cooperation. Here you are.
Nick Davis had an out-of-date registration. He thinks the strategy works.
Once you put them over, you find out what's going on with them.
The task force also keeps an eye on parking lots and parks, looking for suspicious people, possible drug deals. Tonight, Sergeant Sparacino didn't find that at J.W. Ray Park.
You want to have a seat in there and take a look?
Just kids being kids.
There you go.
These boys were terrified of police officers.
Yeah, they used to think that they were going to hurt them or shoot them.
What's that gun?
Why do I have a gun? Because sometimes there's bad people that might want to hurt other people.
And they did have some pointed questions for the sergeant about appropriate use of force.
A zombie? Hey.
What? A zombie? No, I don't think zombies are real.
So far tonight, no arrests here.
I don't think he's going to be afraid anymore, so it's going to help a lot.
One young life changed. Julio Gutierrez bought flowers from the hospital gift shop, then walked down the hall to say hello to the stranger he saved.
How you doing, Miss Joanne?
He knew she was at Methodist Hospital, but didn't know what to expect next.
You feel better?
When they met yesterday, it was under much different circumstances.
Oh, I felt blessed, that I was able to actually be there, at the right time.
Hey, you need a ride? NBC5 viewer Anna Cruz shared this incredible video. Joanna Broussard is in that sinking SUV. Her blood sugar dropped, and she blacked out behind the wheel. She drove off the I-20 bridge near Mountain Creek Parkway and into the creek below.
The car started sinking. We didn't know if it was going to go all the way down, or if it was going to stay there. So it was just a matter of timing. Either we did something now.
There you go.
Could have regretted later that we didn't do it.
Broussard is now meeting the men who saved her life.
I have faith in people. It's, like I said, my guardian angel.
The first man in the water who pulled Broussard out in the sleeveless shirt is 20-year-old Josh Tovar.
Hey there. My name is Josh.
I'm so glad you were there.
Yes, ma'am.
Tovar and his stepfather saw the splash, and then they stopped their car. A small crowd had gathered.
And I seen that nobody was getting in, so I took off my boots. I went in first.
From her hospital room, Broussard watched for the first time the video of her rescue.
I feel great. I'm glad he was there for one thing. Because until they started pulling me out the car, I didn't know anything.
Okay.
The group stayed almost a full hour.
I was shocked. Nobody wanted to get in, no.
And they pledged to keep in touch.
Things happen for a reason, so.
It's okay.
They went into the water, perfect strangers.
They got you.
But they emerged with a bond.
Thank you.
That can never be broken.
This is a Beanie Baby that one of my sister got for Christmas, so I'm gonna take this home to her.
Hunter Seck spent the day doing things no teenager should have to do, sifting through the rubble of what was once his home, looking for toys and heirlooms to cheer his family up back at the motel room.
They can't be replaced. It's the memories we have, and it's just times before this. A lot of ruined books and stuff. It's just, when you were safe, it's this sense of security.
That sense of security is gone, Hunter says, but his sense of family is strong.
This door right here was the one that the tornado threw my dad through.
In the pile of debris, Hunter's finding old stuff he doesn't care about.
This is a Millennium Falcon.
As he digs for the one photo he's desperate to find.
It was my sister when she was like still in the hospital, and she was wrapped up in the hospital blanket, and she had her eyes closed and she was sleeping. It just means a lot to my mom, and I'm just trying to find it for her.
Directly across the street,
Christmas presents. Found a lot of Christmas presents.
a half dozen of Tony Wooten's friends and neighbors helped him load up boxes. They've been with him every day.
The outpouring of help from just people I don't even know. I've met more people this week, neighbors that I didn't know I had.
Volunteers offered support for Hunter, too.
I got spaghetti lunch in there, or I got a hot dog lunch.
But the 17-year-old soldiered on.
I should have came home an orphan, but God helped him. God saved him.
Thankful he has a future to make new memories with his family. There's no class today, but that doesn't mean teachers aren't hard at work while still trying to keep their emotions in check.
Just taking it all in. It's a bit much.
These elementary school classrooms are heavily damaged. Lisa Jones's kindergarten students lost their reading workbooks in the flood.
It's personal. This is one of their read to self folders, and her books are ruined. That won't be replaced.
There's damage to the walls, the floor, the classrooms, even school supplies.
This is my home away from home. I spend a lot of time up here, invested a lot in it, and it's tough.
A lot of the damage to the school is up here on the roof, and to see it for ourselves, we brought a GoPro camera up here. Now, the principal says a lot of these HVAC units were blown over or destroyed, and with more severe weather in the forecast, he says the priority today is to get all of these holes fixed up.
And we're hoping to get some sort of covers over where the AC units were to at least prevent more water from coming in.
As usual, the principal was the first to arrive this morning, but instead of greeting kids at the front door, he was busy with a different task.
It's a little heartbreaking, it's a little disconcerting, but at the same time, no one was hurt, and that's the main thing.
And with everyone lending a helping hand, eras showing what small town Texas is all about.
Good morning, and one waffle.
You can't get a pancake at the Waffle House.
How are you today?
And you can't forget the first time Doris Siebold takes your order.
Are you the longest employee they've ever had? Is that what it is?
Well, I'm their oldest one now.
When Doris was my waitress a few weeks ago, I just knew she had a story to tell.
This is 25, 30, 35, and 40.
The 81-year-old great-grandmother has worked at Waffle House for more than half her life. The company says she's the longest-serving waitress in Texas.
I just love my job, and I love my customers. I won't work where I'm not happy.
She's got plenty of Texas spunk.
I'm going to have to make some decals, so it'll be a minute.
And everyone knows she's the boss.
I've got one way to do things, and that's the Waffle House way.
How would you describe Doris's personality? Oh, I'm in the way of Doris.
I think that covered it right there. You're not going to get in her way if she's going to serve somebody.
And that voice.
Huh?
How would you describe that voice?
44 years of Waffle House. It probably describes that voice.
Over medium, grits in a bowl.
Very loud. Gruff.
Drop 2 hash browns scattered.
And a big voice. Yeah. Very big voice.
Single scrambled wheat plate.
It's a little gravelly, a little well-seasoned.
Market Texas bacon, patty melt.
I'd be afraid to tell her that my eggs weren't right.
Because?
She might holler at me.
Over the decades, Doris has served celebrities like Waylon Jennings and Patrick Swayze. Swayze even invited her to dinner, so she definitely leaves an impression.
Are you trying to go for 50?
Yes, ma'am. I got 6 to go. Wow. I'm going to shoot for it, be the good Lord willing.
Jeff Smith, NBC 5.